What's up, y'all? Give me just a second. I'm trying to get this Facebook Live together. Hey, what's good, family? Peace, peace. Let me, Facebook don't want to let me be great. Let's see. All right, click to preview and start your events live video. Okay, there we go. Can you guys hear me okay on Instagram, and can you hear me okay on YouTube? Please let me know before I get started. Walaikum salam, Brother Jamil. Y'all can hear me okay? Okay, y'all can hear me okay on Facebook. Don't want to let me be great. Let's see. Try this one more time. Switch my camera. Microphone is on. Yeah, that should be about it. Let me try this. Just give me 1 second, guys. Because once I get started, I'm not going to be doing anything except talking. So I don't know what's up with Facebook. Let me see. Or maybe I'll just do it this way. Let's see. I got my Tibetan music bowls on in the background because I'm expecting. Okay, mic sounds nice. Awesome. Good, good, good. Okay, so I'm gonna try one more thing on Facebook Live. It's a lot of technology going on, and I am a technology person, but I'm really not a technology person. So let's see. This is the last time. If not, okay, let's see. Into event. All right, cool. Okay, here we go. I think I got it. All right, Facebook won't let me be great. It's fine. Let me just let my people on Facebook know that they can come find me on YouTube, and then we'll get started. All right. I see the trolls have entered the building. Shout out to my sister Jamie for holding me down on YouTube. I'm not going to be engaging any comments, any commentary, because I can't deal right now. And first of all, let me just stop and just breathe for a minute, because the weight of this moment does not escape me. So let me just, and y'all can breathe with me. Let me just bring it down a notch, take a few breaths, get centered, and come to the present. All right. Let me hit record before I forget. All right, peace, family, what's good? This is ZaZa Ali. Today is Sunday, August the 1st, 2021. I pray that this message reaches you all in the best of health, spirit, and mind. Looks like I paused for a second on YouTube, but I think I'm back now. This is a heavy moment for me. This is a heavy moment in time. So if you find me delayed in the way that I speak or being cautious about how I express this message, it's because I feel the weight of the moment. I feel the weight of this moment in time. And I can tell you guys in no uncertain terms that I know for a fact now that this is my assignment while I'm here. This is what I was born for. And I'm here to speak specifically. I'm talking to everybody that's watching me, but I want to talk specifically to the people that are not with the shit. And I have to forewarn you. I know we have families that watch my programs with their children, and I want them to watch. Thank you very much, Roy Carter. I'm sorry. I want them to watch, but I also want to let you guys know that I usually try to maintain a certain decorum in my videos. That's not going to happen today. I'm going to be real raw. The language is going to be raw. The energy is going to be raw. But I got to get it off my chest. I've been dreading doing this video. And I don't do videos when I'm dreading doing videos. I don't do anything when I'm dreading doing it. You know what I'm saying? I don't post on social media if I'm dreading doing it. So I've been walking around with this rage, righteous rage, but rage in the pit of my stomach. And for the past 4 months, specifically since I've been to LA, I've been studying every day and researching every day what these demons and these devils are doing every day. And the people that are close to me know I've been studying this shit every day. Some days 2 hours, some days 10 hours. And it's heavy and it weighs on me. But I've been seeking understanding. And I've been seeking guidance. And some days I wake up and it's like, is this really real? Is this really happening? Like, you know what I'm saying? Is this really real? Am I dreaming? Please, somebody wake me the fuck up. I have to control my breathing. So I have the music in the background because I don't want to accidentally set off a volcano or an earthquake. Are you saying that you are powerful enough to set off an earthquake or a volcano? Yes, that's what I'm saying. The amount of ignorance, the amount of bullshit, the amount of corny shit, the amount of fuckery in the Black community right now, in the world. This is not just particular to our people, trust me, but in the world is absolutely astounding to me. I am not qualified for this level of stupidity. And there's no other word for it. It's fucking stupidity. So I'm gonna try to find the right words and the right language to say everything that I want to say in the right spirit. Because I'm talking to everybody, but I'm specifically talking to those of us that are going to be on the other side of this. those of us that are not taking the you know what. And it doesn't mean that the people that are listening to me aren't a part of. I send love to you. I send love to everybody watching this. I send love to everybody that's going to watch this, that this message reaches. But please understand that there is a spiritual war taking place right now. And all of us, the judgment day is right now. Right now. Not when you die. That shit's happening right now. So the judgment is upon all of us. And all of you people online bragging about the fact that you haven't taken the you know what, you might want to slow your roll. Because there is some stuff happening on this planet. When I tell you, it is mind-blowing. It is scary. But guess what? We with the shit. I was not born to be a slave. For nobody. To nobody at any point in time. I was not born a slave. And I can guarantee you, if anything ever happens to me, which I don't expect and I don't foresee, but it wasn't on my own accord. I love my son to the moon and back. I would scorch this planet to make sure that he's okay. So please understand that I'm never going to leave him alone, let alone my responsibility to the Creator. The death is hovering over this planet. Hovering. And I know when I post stuff online, people like to, they think I'm being antagonizing. I don't want to be doing this shit. I don't want to know this. I don't want to have to be the one to come and tell you, you need to start getting prepared because some major shit. This is a heavy fucking burden. And it weighs on my soul. It weighs on my spirit because I know what's coming and it's not going to be pretty. But it was written. You understand what I'm saying? It was written. Our ancestors told us this day was going to come. They put it in writing. They put it in pyramids. They put it in scriptures. They put it in texts that are found all around the world. And did we pay attention and did we listen? Absolutely not. I've been screaming about chemtrails for 10 years now. Now look, Turkey's on fire. You think those are real fires? No, those are direct ENERGYWEAPONS. They've been using them in California for the past 10 years. I read 3-4 articles today. In Mexico, there is a drought. There's a drought in California. Somebody sent me a message on the UK. Serious rain over there. There is flooding in Africa, in Nigeria. They're getting ready to wipe a lot of those areas out. We bragging about the fact that Africa's not taking the VXX. I got to be careful with my words because I know a lot of y'all think it's a redneck white boy sitting on the other end of the computer that's monitoring what you're saying and what you're doing. No, it's artificial intelligence. This is what we're up against now. We're dealing with a whole other dimension of consciousness. So weather modification and weather manipulation was the first phase. It's not the second phase. It was the first phase. And all along, we could have been building laboratories. We could have been getting the technology and the equipment that we needed. I guarantee you, I assure you, if I had had my people's support for the last 10 years, that I'd have a laboratory and I'd have the resources and I'd know how to counter this shit. We got a usury problem in our culture. We like to use people till they don't have nothing else to offer us. Then we show up at the funeral or we show up online and talk about how great we were back in those days. My AC is on. If you guys can hear it, I hope it's not too loud. This is actually the first time that I've run my air conditioning since I've been in this house. So I can leave the windows open, but it'll be, I'm exuberating. I'm sending out a lot of energy and I'll get hot and I don't want to start sweating. So if the sound is, I hope the sound is not bothering you guys. I'm intentionally not looking at the screens, not because I'm avoiding eye contact with you guys, but because the chats going on everywhere. You know what I'm saying? And it breaks my concentration sometimes, especially if I see somebody say something stupid. I'm stepping back and I'm looking at where we are as a people and as a culture. And I have my subject matter here. I didn't really write any notes. I just wrote down the things that I want to talk about. So I'm going off the head here. This isn't a presentation. This is a heart-to-heart conversation, a soul-to-soul conversation. I see a lot of knowledge online. I don't see no wisdom. The religious communities have failed us. Spiritual communities have failed us. Why am I saying that? Well, how many Muslims have taken the VXX? How many Christians? How many Buddhists? I have to ask this because I need to ask you, I need us to get an understanding of who is your God. My son just texted me. He's watching. What's up, son? Who is your God? You have a brain that processes information so fast, you don't even have to tell your body what to do. You don't even have to tell yourself when to speak. You don't even have to remind yourself. You are on a nonstop movement and evolving and transitioning without you ever even having to consciously tell yourself to do anything. Your brain is so powerful. Your body is so powerful. Let me tell you the technology that they used. It took them so long to master it because the technology that surrounds the poison had to find a way to trick the body and trick the immune system so that the poison could infiltrate the body in order to do what it's supposed to do. Your immune system, your memory cells, your genetic DNA takes screenshots every time you get sick. It remembers the first time you got the flu. It remembers the first time you got pneumonia. It remembers every time your body had a disease and takes a screenshot so that the next time that disease appears, the next time your body recognizes that disease, it already has the antidote. You can think a thought and reach a person across the world. You can speak a word and change a person's life. You can smile at another human being and change their frequency. How in the hell did you let these devils trick you and play you? You have no idea the level of devil wickedness that is taking place on this planet. Now I'm mindful that my son is watching, so I'm, you know what I'm saying? In the supreme wisdom, it says he likes the devil because the devil gives him nothing. So what did you get for making this deal? Let's call it that. What's on the other side of the arrangement? Oh, you get to travel. You get to keep your job. You get to go to nightclubs. You get to go to Disney World and Knott's Berry Farm and Legoland and all the things that God gave you without you having to do anything. So again, I have to ask you, who is your God? They didn't promise you anything. They didn't say it was a cure. They didn't say it was going to keep you out of the hospital. They didn't say he likes the devil because the devil gives him nothing. And God gave you everything. And let me stop for a second, because let me address the smart asses. Because every time I'm online and I'm writing and I'm trying to raise the vibration and raise the consciousness. Here comes a teacher looking for a student. So let me put the teachers looking for students. Let's get something clear. When I say God, that is a reference point. I don't need you to give me an etymology on the word. I don't need you to tell me God is dog backwards or where it started from, or that's a European language. It is a reference point. If I say Allah, everybody's going to go in a different space. If I say Orishas, everybody's going to go in a different space. If I say Elohim, everybody's going to go in a different space. If I say Jah, so I say God because it is a focal point to bring us all to one space. Source, universal consciousness, the universe, whatever you want to call it, I'm comfortable with it. It's all relative and it's all ours. I don't have time to play those type of games, so don't leave those comments on my video when I'm trying to talk about something that's the most important thing that needs to talk about right now. And you want to be a smart ass and come and tell me how to teach on my platform. Get your own shit. So if I say Allah, if I say God, if I say Christ consciousness, if I say spirit, if I say energy, if I say frequency, if I say Netaru, if I say Orishas, whatever I say, please understand, let's all come to the center and understand what I'm talking about. The power that keeps the sun in the sky. The power that keeps this planet in rotation. The one that everybody seems to have forgotten about. There's a brain, you have a brain, and then you have a mind. The brain is the physical apparatus that you think through and that you express through, and it controls all of the different mechanisms of your body. The mind is the brain attached to the source. Your connection to something bigger, to something greater, to the all in all, the one, the supreme being, whatever you want to call it, I'm fine with it. But don't fucking play with me, not today, please. In all throughout the Bible, and all throughout the Quran, and all throughout all of the different teachings, spiritual teachings around the world, the one consistent thing is consent. Consent. What does the Bible say? I didn't promise you anything. I didn't promise you anything. I called and you came. And I know I'm messing that passage up, but y'all know what I'm saying. You want to go travel. There's not a fucking place on this planet that I want to go to, that I want to be around a bunch of other people that have taken that. Well, what are we going to talk about? What could I possibly, what? There's not a place I want to go to in the world. There's not a club I want to step foot in. There's not a restaurant anywhere in the world. There is not one place in this world that I want to be enough to take that poison. Please understand what I'm saying to you. The fact that people did not do their due diligence and just went and sat down and took that shit without doing any sort of research. Listen, the separation of the wheat from the chaff is here right now. People are being separated in households. Wives and husbands breaking up. Children having to turn against their families. And vice versa. And now they're like the whole energy now, and we knew this was coming. I knew this was coming. There's a new, a new variation, several new variations. All of it's bullshit. And I want to talk about that hoax concept in just a second. But man. Whoo. We're gonna have to let a lot of people that we love go. I'm not breaking my frequency and my connection with God with nobody. Do you understand what I'm saying to you? I'm not breaking my frequency and my connection with what I know is right with nobody for nothing. I don't give a shit what the circumstances are. I was not born to be a slave. They say you was probably a slave in another lifetime. I don't know about that. I don't have slave in my DNA nowhere. Rebellious through and through. So there's this hold on, I'm making notes so I don't forget what I want to say. Now they're trying to, the media is shaping this so they can start coming after us, the righteous ones. Isn't that what the scripture said was going to happen? The righteous would be persecuted. Isn't that what the scripture said was going to happen? Isn't that what's happening right now? But the level of persecution is based on your frequency. So if you are in alignment with righteousness and with the frequency of God, the persecution will be minimal, if at all. If you are out of alignment with the frequency of God and righteousness, then the persecution will increase accordingly, right? I had when they started talking about, people going to door and all that. The first time I heard about it, right, I was hot. I'm pacing in my house. Yeah, I wish a mother would come to my house. You're gonna get your soul snatched. You know what I'm saying? I know all the statistics. I got all the data. I can run it down off the top of my head like it's nothing, right? I went through that for like 4 hours. Pacing in my house and running around, but in my mind, I'm like, boom, 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 running it all down. And by the time the night came, it got to nighttime came, I was like, nah, Z, slow your roll. This is not the way to go about this. Because again, I'm monitoring myself and seeing myself stepping outside of my frequency where I want to be. That's not the way to go. How about instead of me planning and preparing a speech for when they come, I consciously acknowledge and accept and claim that they'll never come to my door. That's where I'm at with this shit. You know what I'm saying? I want my frequency to be so high, you don't even see me when you see me. You understand what I'm saying? That's why I have to be cautious about how much social media how much attention and time I give social media, because it's like I go on there and I don't have tolerance for stupidity. I don't. And it's like my sword comes out and I just be ready to take heads off. You know what I'm saying? But when you constantly taking heads off, you in war mode. And there's a time for war mode. There's a time to fight, and there's a time to stop and be still and be silent and observe. You have to be balanced, right? So no, I'm not preparing for when they come to my door. And no, I'm not preparing for food shortages. And no, I'm not preparing for when they turn the electricity off. And no, I'm not preparing for if there is no water. I'm talking about my mental, emotional, and spiritual dispensation. Does that mean I'm not going to make sure I have a generator, or that I'm not going to make sure that I have beans and rice and all of the necessities and all of that? No, that does not mean that. I'm not stupid. But spiritually, the concept of faith now has gone from belief into knowing. You have to know to survive this shit. Daniel in the lion's den turned his back, and he was in extreme danger, and he turned his back on lions. You understand what that means? So while I'm in this and I'm giving a lot of energy and I'm doing a lot of research and I'm giving a lot of time to myself, it's only going to be a matter of time before I have to fade to black again. Just for a while. Because this shit's about to get deep. Deep isn't even the right word, but for lack of a better word. So there is a lot of talk about this being a hoax, right? Remember, you guys, I'm going off the head. I just have bullet points. So if I'm all over the place, it's because I haven't done any videos in 6 months. I'm fresh off a fast. I literally just ate an hour ago. My mind is moving at a very, 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 very rapid pace. And I want to make sure that I say everything that is in my heart and in my spirit, because, you know, this is a time now where you can see a person online and you know what I'm saying, and not have access to their content anymore. Like this is the reality of what we're facing right now. So there is this conversation about this being a hoax, particularly one gentleman from Britain. He's a white dude. I listen to his stuff all the time. I'm only not going to say his name because his name will probably be picked up, and I don't want, you know, this video to be picked up by the algorithm. But you guys know who he is. His name starts with a D, ends with an I. So he's been talking for the last year about all of this being a hoax, right? Now, I have two things to say about that. The first one is what we've been looking at is a variation of the flu, right? That's what it really is. But they've also weaponized people's sickness. So it's been my observation and hypothesis and theory, even though I can't prove it because I don't have access to the equipment and the technology that I need to be able to do so. Again, had my people supported me, we'd be a lot further than this where we are right now, but I digress. They've weaponized people's sickness. I have thought for a long time now that they've been dropping viruses from chemtrails. I've been thinking that they've been doing that for a long time now. And because I used to get messages from people, it would be different times over the past maybe 5 to 7 years, particularly when I was living in Atlanta. And I would know people that lived in different parts of the country that were getting the exact same sickness at the exact same time. Then I saw this doctor, and she worked in North Dakota. I forget her name. I watched so many videos. I saved them all, but you know what I'm saying? It's just too much to remember all the time. She said that she was a mobile doctor, so she would move to different places. She worked in North Dakota and she worked in Iowa. And she said she started to see these patterns where people would come in first in North Dakota, then it was either Idaho or Iowa. They would come in and she would find rare cases of MAD, COW, disease. Now that's not something you touch a door and catch, or somebody sneezes on you. That shit is very rare and it's very dangerous. So she's in two totally different states, and she's recognizing these patterns now of MCD in North Dakota and then MCD in Idaho. And she's like, how is this possible? So I'm saying all of that to say that it's my hypothesis and observation that they've been dropping viruses from the metal particulates that are being rained down on all of us. I've known about it for 10, 12 years, but I know for a fact it's been going on at least for 30 years. Dubai, they just talked about, I mean, they're telling you now, it's not even a secret anymore. You know what I'm saying? So my question for us is, where are we on the science scene? I'm not talking about listening to other doctors and translating what those doctors are talking to our community. I listen to those doctors. I know you're listening to the people that I listen to. Where are the people that have access to the technology so we can figure this shit out? We should be in science mode. We in turn up mode. Hot girl summer. They got FEMA beds for all of y'all. You understand what I'm saying? There is a FEMA bed waiting for your dumb ass online, shaking your ass. I saw a video of Black women at a funeral today. Twerking, like gyrating on the ground, like savages. Savages. The reptilian brain, the part of the brain that we share with the lower species of the planet, where all they think about is eating and mating and survival. This is where the majority of our culture is, right here. And it's in our music, it's in our culture, it's in our social media, everything. Living on the level of beasts. And then you want to complain about people objectifying you. Well, if you objectify yourself, you should expect to get objectified. And I'm going to get to that in just a second. Let me just, whew. Man, this is a great time to be alive. I'm fired up. I'm mad. I'm pissed off. But I am also, listen, I chose to come here. I know I'm with the shit. You understand what I'm saying? Y'all talking about police officers and these little redneck bubblegum ass niggas in the community that's shooting. No, I'm looking at Gates. I'm looking at these devils at the top of the pyramid, because clearly we are not focused on them enough. And I'm not just talking about expose them. We got enough knowledge. We need wisdom. What else is there to say? They're telling us everything they're doing now. I done got 4 messages in the past 2 days about power shutoffs in California. Well, I'll be damned if there's not a power outage coming. They telling us what they're doing. They've been telling us what they're doing in movies for the past 20 years. I was on Tina Lawson's page, Beyonce's mother. 85%er for sure. Lost found, not found, lost. And she, I two-pieced her ass, and she erased the whole thread. Then she came back and said some other shit, and I two-pieced her again and then unfollowed her. But she put up this post saying, the Center for what control. I'm trying to, watch my language. Because again, there's nobody sitting on the other end watching this. This is algorithms and artificial intelligence that's monitoring what's happening on social media now. But so she put up this post like, I don't know what all of these people are saying about all of these people dying. There's only been 3 deaths. And her dumbass didn't even read the post that she actually put up. So I responded to her and I gave her the factual information. It was about 10,000 deaths at that point. It's higher than that now. And of course, we know that that reporting system only reports between 1 to 10% of the actual deaths. So if it was 10,000 then that actually means that it was either 100,000 or 1 million. Do you understand what I'm saying? And that was then. The number's higher now. So I came on and I checked her and I gave her all of the information. She took the whole post down. Then 2 days later, she put up another post of some person who had this rare reaction to, you know, the disease that exists, doesn't exist. I don't know. I done lost my original point, but I'll get back to that in a second. See, this is why it's so important that we all take care of ourselves and da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da. And I said, oh, you promote, you got an agenda. So you got that shit. So now you're justifying, you know what I'm saying? Every day you seeing stuff that's making you think twice about it. So now you're trying to come online and justify it. But that's not my problem. Do what you want to do with your life. But you got 3 million followers. That's where I get involved. So I just politely told her that she was either an 85%er or that she was working for the devil specifically. At this point, I had been thinking that Jay, you know what I'm saying, was God body or not God body, clearly, but you know what I'm saying, aware, right? And I say he's not God body, not because he's not affiliated, but because he is not carrying himself. How could you be worth $1 billion and know this shit's going on and not do anything? I'm not wired like that. I ain't got nowhere near that kind of money. And I can't, listen, Instagram demonetized my page when I came back online and started talking about this stuff. And I wasn't sure. So I took all of the posts that were related to this down. And then I was able to go back in and set up my advertisements. And when I tell you, I couldn't even go 24 hours. It was eating away at me. You cannot take my voice away from me. My mind is my connection to the creator. I'm on post right now. This is my job. I couldn't even go 24 hours. Went back online and put it all back up. If it's gonna cost me money, then it's gonna cost me money. This is the time. This is what I'm here for, baby. I'm with the shit. So it cost me money to sit here, not to sit here and do this, but it cost me money to inform you about shit that you should have known already. I take a loss. I take a hit because our people aren't aware. I take a hit because we don't study. But, you know, thou prepare a table before me in the presence of mine enemies. My cup will runneth over. So back to my point, and I'm going to get to Jay and all that when I get to the Black Boule. So the first part, like I said, I think that they've been dropping viruses through the sky using, you know, chemtrails and the technology that can be found in those particles that are coming from the sky. Like I wrote about in the scientific intervention in our affairs, those particles were infiltrating people's bodies and self-replicating in their bodies. I knew that technology existed 10 years ago, and it's the same technology. It's tweaked, obviously, because it comes in a different solvent now, or it's a liquid solvent now. But I was studying this stuff and trying to figure it out 10 years ago. How is it possible that people are having this technology is going into their skin and it's self-replicating and they can't get rid of it. They can't destroy it. They can't burn it. They can't cut it out. It can't do anything. It stays. 10 years ago. So fast forward to now. And we sitting back the whole time looking up at the sky. Well, if it doesn't pertain to me getting my bag, right? That's how we operate. That's how we think. Because money is not our God, your God, to whom it may concern. So it's the weaponization, it's the chemtrails, it's the viruses, right? I think they've been doing that, disseminating that. This is a variation of the flu, in my opinion. And the difference in it is that it has the technology in it that this particular virus, if it exists, if it doesn't, I'm going to get to that in just a second, that is infiltrating the body and is weaponizing your sickness. So for all you smart asses, for all this time, I'm going to die anyway. If I want to eat chitlins and hog mogs and Popeye's chicken and every day, that's my business. I'm going to die anyway. Oh, okay. Here we are. You know what I'm saying? Now you sitting online talking shit about people that won't take the poison. I just, yeah, it's fascinating to me. But so there's that. That's the first part, right? The second part about the hoax. Anytime you can get 5 billion, and I'm lowballing that number because we know there's roughly 8 billion people on the planet. Anytime you can get 5 billion people to believe something, it is real. It becomes real. Consciousness creates reality. You understand what I'm saying? And I'm going to talk about the quantum realm once we get towards the end of this. But if you can get 5 billion people to believe something, trust me, it is real now. You can make yourself sick. You can think yourself into sickness. You can fear yourself into sickness. So don't tell me it's not real. You can tell me that they've never isolated this particular, what they're saying it is. There's no laboratory in the world that can actually isolate it. I'm with you on that, because that's what I found in my research to be true. But again, the consciousness creates reality on an individual and on a collective level. So if I told you guys, I have mentioned this before, Greg Braden talked about when September 11th happened, right? And they had electromagnetic magnifying systems. There's another word for it, but it escapes me. They had these electromagnetic pods that monitor frequency and human energy. And right after 9/11, there was a huge shift of energy and frequency all over the planet. And it was picked up by satellites. And of course, we'll never hear about this. It was picked up by satellites, the thrust of the energy. So imagine now, if you have 5 billion, I'm lowballing it again, 5 billion people on the planet, all on the same accord, all on the same fear-based consciousness. This is what I'm concerned about. All of you scary ass man, I want to find a word that's not a cuss word. Scary ass robots. And I know you know what I'm saying? I'm thinking about a lot of different people watching this. I'm trying to be mindful and conscientious of how I speak, because you know what I'm saying? This is a soul to soul conversation. And I don't want to be in attack mode, but all you scary ass robots and programmed automatons. $5 billion, scared, don't want to go outside. I was in Juicy Juice a couple of months ago when I first came to LA. So I'm walking towards the door, and there's a sister that got on gloves. She's got on a mask. She's got hand sanitizer in one of her hands. And can I tell you that this woman did not want to open the door and was like trying to open her elbow with the door. Just grab the door and just open the door. Dirt and, bacteria and, mold is all a part of the living process. This is why we have a day and we have a night. The moon shines at night, and the moon cultivates the bacteria and the organisms in the planet that we think are icky and ill. And you know what I'm saying? Mold has a purpose, even though you don't want that shit in your house. Dirt has a purpose. So you think that you can clean your way through this? That shit don't even make sense. She doing all of this with her arm, and I just grabbed it, snatched the door, and just opened the damn door. Get out of my way. So we got 5 billion people on the planet. Maybe it's more, maybe it's less. I know people are don't believe, right? I've had conversations with people that don't believe the statistics of the number of people that have actually taken it, right? It should be at like, I think it's at like 4.2 billion now, if my recollection is correct. Right? That's what they're saying. 4.2 have taken at least one, and I think it's maybe around 3 that have taken both. And don't quote me on that because I haven't checked in about a week. So now we have all of these people that are around us, right? And let me tell you something. Those particles, and if you've taken it, and if you're not in a space to take what I'm saying right now, because I'd be scared if I was in your shoes, I would say maybe if you're in the right space to receive this, then stay with us. If you're not in the right space to receive this, then come back and watch this video when, you know what I'm saying, the energy and the frequency is right? Because it's more important for you to stay in frequency than to have this information. So come back to this when, you know what I'm saying, when you're in a space where you can accept this information. Those particles in those shots can be activated. I believe they were able to be activated when I was writing about Morgellons. I believe that is what that whole thing was, an experiment for them to put that technology into people's bodies and to monitor and observe how they were thinking and feeling, right? Now let's just think about Simone Biles for a second, right? And I'm gonna take y'all somewhere, and I really don't give a shit what you think about what I'm about to say, to be honest, because we are past the point of sugarcoating anything. I'm not talking to no lames or like, please, just, whew. First of all, the Olympics is, the whole thing is a ritual. All of it's a ritual. That's why you haven't heard me say anything. At this point, I don't give a shit about the Olympics. Winter is coming. And when I say winter, I'm talking Game of Thrones fucking winter. So if you ask me, what do I think about Sha'Carri Richardson? I don't know. What does she think about the shot? If you ask me what I think about Simone Biles, I don't know. What does she think about the shot? Did she get the shot? Because where we are in this technology that's being, they can push a button and send a signal. They can push a button and send a signal to either get you to do something or to make you feel some type of way or to change your emotions. This technology, they've been studying this shit for 20 years. So, you know what I'm saying? And so they just keep dragging her. They're dragged every day. She can't do this. She can't do this routine. She can't do that routine. Oh, now it's all about mental health, and it's all fucking bullshit. It's all bullshit. Oh my God. And I just, let me just bring it down. Please, ZaZa, please. I support you all in supporting our athletes. I support you all in supporting whoever you want to support. I'm Team Black all day. So it goes without saying I'm always going to be supporting my people regardless. In all righteousness, that goes without saying. But things have changed. And if you're playing for a different team, even if you don't know it, I need to know where you stand on this first. There's nothing more important to me at this point in time than this. You know what I'm saying? If I didn't have a son, I'd probably be retreated in the hills of Sedona sometime. I'd be sitting back, you know what I'm saying? But I have a son. So I have to, you know what I'm saying? I have to be here. I have to be active. so that I can make sure that I'm putting my best foot forward to build a world for him. Because I'm in build a world stage now. I'm not in saving anybody anymore. I'm not in expose. There's nothing left to expose. There's nothing left to expose. They put a video out, a movie out last year called, was it Songbird? I talked about this in the Science as a Weapon series. And thank you to everybody who watched the Science as a Weapon series. Thank you to everybody who bought my book that watched the Science as a Weapon series. If 13,000 people watched the video, you would think me doing a 7-hour presentation, you would think that I would have sold 500 books from that. No, we don't respect science and we don't respect God. So Simone Biles, everything that's happening to that sister, and I don't, you know what I'm saying? I don't know if she got it. I don't know if she didn't. I know most of those athletes got major pressure on them before they ever even got on a plane to go to Tokyo. But they are dragging her. She is a part of a big ass ritual that is taking place right now. What do I look like tuning in to the Olympics when the people that are putting that shit on are literally, I don't even want to say it. I don't even want to say it. It don't even sound, you know what I'm saying? These motherfuckers are trying to, all of the mass shootings since the beginning of this year, there was a like June, I think it was June, this August. Every day, Texas, California, New Mexico, New York, Florida, every day, 2 people here, 10 people there, 5 people here, 6 people there. And all of us we all just kind of like, doo, 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 doo. Everything's normal. Nothing's, you know what I'm saying? Nothing's different. It's all good. Every single day, there's a mass shooting and people are literally, it's not even like, wait a minute. Again, they've been activated. That's my opinion. And I will take that to the bank. I can't prove it. You know what I'm saying? But they had the technology. And let me just say this, everybody that got the shot didn't get the shot. They're giving people, this guy that I watch, he was from he worked for the military branch of the British military, whatever it's called. And I watch him a lot. He talks a lot about FIVEGEE. Let me tear this page off. He talks about a lot about that. But, he was saying that those towers are tied in directly. He's not the only person that I've said that are tied in directly with that technology that's in those shots, and that they turn those, when they turn the frequency up, that's how they activate it. Do you understand what I'm saying? Do y'all understand what I am saying? I feel like I'm in a science fiction movie. Oh, the movie Songbird. Last year, I showed this in Science as a Weapon. They put out a movie last year while the world was on lockdown, basically touting in our faces and saying, nah, we got all the control. You can't do anything. They put the video out and said, people were going to be turning into zombies and start attacking the people, and then they were going to come after the people that hadn't got it. And the movie industry is the devil's vision board. I'm going to say that again. The movie industry is the devil's vision board. So they put a movie like I Am Legend out, right? Or any of the other 1,000 movies that have talked about plagues and the end of humanity. And you know what I'm saying? They put the movie out and let it seep into your subconscious mind. Now, if you are a high vibrational, intelligent person, it won't affect you. But if you are a low vibrational, programmed person that doesn't have a mind of your own, it becomes reality. The games become reality. So when I was on Tina Lawson's page, there was a guy, and I screenshotted the comment, I kid you not. that said, and his comment had like 140 likes. It's on there now. You can go if you want to go through her. Actually, you don't have to do that. I'll send it to you. This dude said, I just went ahead and got mine up front because in the movies, the zombies are always trying to find the VXX. What? So I'm saying that to say the movie industry is the devil's vision board. You put it out there, right? And then you let the people go in and, you know, eat the genetically modified popcorn and drink the Coca-Cola that's, you know, piss in a bottle. You know what I'm saying? And you leave the movie theater and you don't have any real conception of what's real and what not. Your subconscious mind is taking the information as real and as reality because you have not done your due diligence in sharpening your mind and staying abreast with what's happening in the time. We think God is sitting back and saying, you know, yes, do this. No, don't do that. No, God is like, do what thou wilt. And whatever you want, whatever you're vibrating, whatever your frequency is, here's more. You keep attracting dogs? You want to, I love niggas who gonna drag me through the mud? Here's more. You keep making the same mistakes in relationships or business or work, or you hate your boss? Here's more. Now you're, you know, the bank teller is going to disrespect you because you on a frequency that you hate your boss. And we're not, there's no filtering process to your frequency is what determines your reality. And then we look at the music. I mean, the fact that WAP came out in 2020 during a global pandemic and Black women didn't take that shit offense to that and was totally 100% on board. All the celebrities, all of the professional women that tout their master's degrees and put up fucking pictures in their red bottom high heels in Greece. You know what I'm saying? I'm being facetious, but I'm not. So Cardi B is your hero now? Megan Thee Stallion is your hero now? Listen, I'm 42. And I'm happy and proud about it because Lord knows I'm glad I did not come up in this generation. I'm very, you know, comfortable and confident within myself and my age. When I was 20, women like that we looked at the, you know what I'm saying? That kind of behavior, like, no, we're not doing all of that to get men's attention. I'm not graveling on the fucking ground to get no man's attention. I'm not shaking my ass in front of no camera to get likes. I'm not shaking my ass in front of no camera to get money. So when I was coming up, you walking around in 4-inch clear high heels with a 6-inch heels, there's no telling what's going to happen to you. Listen, I grew up in Oakland, California. Anything that you can say happens. You know what I'm saying? The fuckery, the pimping, the dope game. Oakland was one of the target cities that they targeted for crack cocaine. It was a 100% agenda. It did not happen by chance. It wasn't no smart, nerdy dudes in San Francisco learning how to, you know, just experimenting with rocks and now all of a sudden they mixing baking soda. And no, that shit came straight from the government. I talked about it in my book. So I've seen pimps, I've seen hoes, I've seen beautiful women, I've seen intelligent, I've seen the streets destroy women that were physically fine, that look like that look real bad right now. So when you know, Keisha, I see you, you understand what I'm saying. So when I look at the way that these women are carrying themselves right now, oh, I know where that life is headed. You online shaking your ass and then want to turn around and tell somebody to respect you. Sit your ass down. A-list celebrities, sit your ass down. B-list celebrities, sit your ass down. C-list celebrities, Instagram influencers, professional women, young women, sit your ass down. You look stupid as fuck. Especially right now. Are you fucking kidding me? They're telling us that there's something that's going to potentially wipe out millions of people, and you put out a song called WAP? I bet not. Oh, God. I just don't ever let me run into neither one of them. I'm not going to take a face shot, but it's going to be a situation. You will get your soul snatched. Bruh. I am not playing games. I want to be separate from all of that shit. Keep them hoes away from my son. Right now, we're in a paradigm shift where we're supposed to be shifting out of this patriarchal, quote unquote, male dominated, European male dominated. And I say European male and male, because I'm going to get to Black men in a minute. We're supposed to be shifting out of this individual, limited, linear-minded consciousness and into a balance of masculine and feminine energy where men and rule together, not just as man and woman, but man be in cohesion with his masculine and feminine self and woman be in cohesion with her masculine and feminine self. Do you think that the timing of these hoes, concubines running our culture, and you women that think you so damn smart and you following hoes, how does that work? You gotta be a goddess to even get my ear. Let me bring it down. T.I. There's videos of me somewhere celebrating him, right? Because I always knew that he was, on it. He had his shit like most of us do, but I always saw potential in him, right? That's what we're supposed to do as women. We're supposed to look for potential and cultivate potential. We're also supposed to be, critiquing and criticizing our men when we need to. So this is where I'm at with this, and this is where I'm going to be at when I talk about men. So he talking that protect Black women shit, right? Protect Black queens. Then he turns around and puts up a video with him and his wife at the strip club. That was months ago, right? So now it comes to the light that he got a trail of low frequency, hoes, for lack of a better word, in his past, him and his wife. And they're, saying, well, no, you agreed to everything. They all agreed. And I ain't seen one man yet, all these dudes in the conscious community and men, period, that's skinning and grinning, trying to get in pictures and stand next to this dude. Ain't nobody checked him yet. You keep saying steel sharpens steel, but I don't see no steel sharpening steel. What the fuck is going on? So he now has all these women coming out the woodworks, and his only rebuttal is you consented. Bruh, don't you understand when you lay down? And I talked about this in Keys to Womanhood. When you lay down with a person that has a lower frequency dispensation or a low vibrational energy than you, they drain your life force. This is science. This is chemistry. You didn't have one or two strays. You had a whole damn pound of strays, mutts, that should have been taken out a long time ago. You laying down with dogs and then get mad when you get fleas. And that's his business. It ain't even about him. I ain't seen one man that has a platform that's worth something talk about this shit from a spiritual and a manhood, masculinity, real masculinity. I'm tired of hearing y'all talk this shit about masculinity. I want to see it. I want to feel it. Woo. I'm gonna get to men in just a second. The Black Boule. I was gonna have specifically touch on the media, but I feel like the media is kind of encompassed in all of this. So, you know what I'm saying? It was just the Black Boule. Steve Coakley is was the originator of the research and kind of lifting the veil, so to speak, on what we know as the Illuminati. And Steve Coakley used to talk about, you could probably find some of his videos on YouTube. Somebody has them somewhere. Hopefully some Black bookstores have, you know, put some collections of his work together. If they haven't, if you listening to this, that might be a, you know, a nice way to make some money. But Steve Coakley talked about the Black Boule. And he said that these people, the powers that be, basically empower certain Black people among us to give them money and wealth and fame. It doesn't mean these people don't have talent. Yeah, they do have talent. That's why they find them. That's why they see them. They see something in them, the talent, and then a light maybe, or, you know, whatever the specifics are about their personality, their character. I don't know if Instagram's going to go off after an hour, you guys, but if it does, I'll just go back and go on live again, because I don't know how long I've been talking. So if it cuts it off, I'll just click back in and go right back on live. He said that they basically, you sign a deal with the devil, meaning we'll give you access to unlimited resources, money, fame, acting, you know, singing, dancing, whatever your thing is. We'll make you a star. We'll make you famous beyond anything you can ever dream of. Just when we make that call, just make sure you answer, right? So it's not just if they call, you answer. Sometimes it's just being quiet when you need to be quiet, right? So when you ask me what I think about Bill Cosby, I don't give a shit about Bill Cosby. Let me be clear, because I know for a fact, because I understand how this shit works, Bill Cosby has marching orders. Y'all can celebrate all you want to, but I really wouldn't be celebrating until I find out what the marching orders are. That's why he went to jail in the first place, because he refused a marching order. Y'all don't even know how these people, you know what I'm saying? And then 2 days later, it announces that he's got a Netflix deal. Really, bruh? Really? Netflix? And maybe it's a docuseries. Maybe it wasn't Netflix. I don't remember exactly. Literally 2 days after he got out of jail. What? And all the Black men are like, yes, Bill Cosby. You playing checkers in a world, it ain't even chess no more. This is some universal lockdown, shut this whole shit down. They're trying to disconnect people from God. Do you understand what I'm saying? This is not just about killing people. It's also about changing your genetic makeup and disconnecting you from your source to the point where you can't even reproduce yourself into the future. What do you think about Bill Cosby? I don't know. What does he think about the shot? Has he taken it? What does he think? That's my litmus test at this point. When I meet people, when men, oh, bless this brother's heart, because he engaged me. This is right around the time when I was learning about the potential of transmission, right? The people that have gotten it potentially harming the people who haven't gotten it. So I was in super paranoid mode, right? So he pulled up on me. We exchanged cards, you know what I'm saying? Had a pleasant conversation. And I just, you know what? I need to know something. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is a deal breaker for me. Around the board. Have you taken the VXX? What do you think about it? Because you telling me no is not good enough. Now, what do you think about it? What do you think about the passports? What do you think about the lockdowns? I'm sizing you up. Everybody's getting sized up now. I don't have no time to play games because this shit is real, like seriously real. John Legend, Chris Rock, Boosie now with his corny ass, and he ain't Black Boule. He just trying to get a check. Who else? The Rock got his shot, supposedly. I don't believe that. Live, he showed a video. Remember, there's placebos, and the placebos are because it's a controlled demolition, right? Meaning they can't have everybody, you know what I'm saying? It has to go off at a certain pace. Everything just can't explode at one time. That's not the mission. That's not the plan. It's about full dominance, full control. So The Rock, Chris Rock, John Legend, Boosie, Juvenile, and his dumbass, and everybody else that was in the video, Mia X, bless her soul, ain't no telling what's her condition. She and Gucci Man, all and then not only them, right? Because all the people that I mentioned have, you know, Tina Lawson, all the people that I've mentioned, and there's a few more, Issa Rae, right? I'm trying to think off the top of my head who else I can think of, but I think I made the point. But then the other thing is, so you have the people that are taking it and promoting it. Then you have the people that aren't saying anything. And those are the people that I'm really gunning for. And when I say gunning for, I'm not going to make it my mission to destroy you. I don't give a shit, to be honest, but I'm going to say this right now. When Nas and Jay-Z new song came out, Sorry, right? I was hyped like everybody. Yes, this Nas, this Jay, you know, Nas is my dude. So I'm listening and I'm vibing, and I listened to it about 5 times in my car. You know what I'm saying? Sunroof open, California weather is beautiful. The palm trees are, you know, so I'm all in it. I'm feeling it. Then after about 5 times, I started listening. I remembered where I was. I remembered it was 2021. I remembered there's some major shit going on. I remembered there's a goal, there's a plan to do some things that I don't really even want to say because I don't want to wig y'all out, right? And all they did was brag about themselves. That's all the song is. It's like, I got this. Oh, you got this? I got that. I got this. And it's hip hop, right? I'm a hip hop head. I'm a rap head. Love Nas. I already know some people gonna hit me up and have something to say because we always kind of go back and forth about it. But I'm saying this because I love music and I love hip hop. But I'm listening to the song and I'm thinking, okay, you worth $1 billion. I know you got to be close to $1 billion. Y'all got all this money. Y'all got all this clout. You got all this fame. There is a global pandemic taking place right now. The majority of your people are scared out of their minds, either scared out of their minds or living in complete delusion and have no idea about what's really going on. And the only thing you got to talk about, your most powerful quote was, you know, the Scarface of cryptocurrency. That was the dopest line in the song. Cryptocurrency Scarface. That was and you know, when Jay said I'm with the fuckery, that was, you know, those were the two bright lines. And, you know, so it's like, are these dudes the 1% now? I'm asking y'all, are Jay-Z and Nas the 1% now? Because what's the point of having all that money and having all that access? And I know Jay has to know what's going on. He's rubbed elbows with Bill Gates. I talked about that in the Scientific Intervention in Our Affairs. And ironically, all of the pictures of him and Bill Gates, besides one, have been scrubbed off of Google. And I know because I was researching this back then and this stuff was readily accessible then. Now it's not on there. You might find one picture of him and Bill Gates together if you go through Google right now. So you don't have an opinion, Jay-Z, on what this dude is doing? This devil released and bragged about releasing 750 million genetically modified mosquitoes in Florida. What's your opinion on that, Jay? Nas? I need to understand what's going on, because other than that, you're starting to look like just an entertainer to me. I know Nas got a new album coming out, so he gets the benefit of the doubt for me. And to be honest, because he has continuously, you know, dropped jewels in his music, he gets way more credibility I feel like as far as music is concerned, Nas has played his position. And then of course, he's doing a lot within the technology sector. He's making major moves as far as business is concerned. But listen, there's some real big heavy shit about to hit the fan. If you either don't know, which I can't respect, or you know and you're not doing anything about it, which I can't respect. Well, maybe they just being careful because they got money. Everybody's on the line now. People are writing me, asking me, what can they do to keep their jobs? Because they're making this shit mandatory. So they ain't no better than any of the rest of us. Beyonce is quiet as a damn church mouse. Anytime I mention her name, y'all be wanting blood. She ain't got shit to say about nothing going on now. So I think the difference, because there's been mass protests all over the world, none in America, as far as I know, probably some, I was in Sedona, it was like 10, white people protesting with signs, which I had to respect them, more power to you. But the thing that I know for a fact that why Americans are not part of the reason, at least, is celebrity culture. They have been keeping you so engulfed and ingrained with these people, even now, like just how much time people spend focusing on this stuff. It's like, oh, okay, yeah, Steve Coakley was absolutely right. They playing their position. You either come out and speak up for it or you don't say anything at all. I can't respect that. I'm sorry. And I know we all have, like I said, I lose money by talking about this. You go on my website right now, the first thing you're going to see underneath my heading is Science as a Weapon series and a breakdown of everything that it covers. So I'm drawing a law in the sand off top. You interested in me? I'll give you a business card. You know what I'm saying? I give you a business card, or we meet, or we exchange information online. You go to my website. One of the first things you're going to see is, oh, whoa. I don't think I want to be involved with this. Yes, people do that. I know I've lost money. So that Black Boule, right? That celebrity worship culture, which I think, most Black people in America probably on one level or another, for sure, Black women. I don't know if I can say a majority, but damn, if it's not a majority, we like 2 steps away from being a majority, are so engulfed and ingrained in celebrity culture that they are completely, and then, so let me say this. This is a side note. Because I've been trying to figure out, and I've been listening to a lot of people that have been trying to figure out why people are so asleep. And one of the big reasons is calcified pineal glands. And I talked about this in Science as a Weapon. Your pineal gland is a very small keys to womanhood. I give a whole synopsis of this. I'm so proud that I have put this together for me, a 13-year-old reading a book about like the pineal gland and the chakras and the energy centers is just dope. I wish I would have had that. But so the calcified pineal gland, the pineal gland is a gland that's in the almost in the center of the brain, right? In Kemet, what we know as Egypt, they revered the pineal gland as the seat of the soul, right? The seat of the soul, or it's like the vortex and the connection between brain and mind, right? How I talked about earlier. So, and also in Rome and all through Europe, they have, replicas of pineals everywhere, all in their statues and shit, because they understand the science, because they learned it from our ancestors. So the pineal gland is supposed to be the seat of the soul, right? This is where you get your download and your connection from the creator. This is where you maintain your intuition and, your God-given faculties that are connected to the higher cosmos, right? So the calcified pineal gland is when there is an accumulation of aluminum in the brain or metals in the brain that calcifies the pineal gland. There's another word I'm looking for, but for lack of a better word, it basically neutralizes. And I say neutralizes because you can decalcify your pineal gland. So I don't want to say destroys it, because you can decalcify it with the right methodologies. So it calcifies your pineal gland, which means it disconnects you from source. Now, it's not just the metal part, the aluminum, it's also the fluoride. So the fluoride in the toothpaste. And you remember when you have that conscious family member, right? You know, Black people, we always clown the conscious family member. In all our movies, we clown the conscious family member, right? So, you know what I'm saying? Make mockery. Y'all don't come in here with that pro-black, you know, African pride shit. We don't want to hear that. Pass the hog mogs. Okay, go for it. So the fluoride in the water, I don't drink tap water for nothing. The fluoride in the toothpaste, I don't buy fluoridated toothpaste. And this is like basic consciousness 101. Like, this is shit I knew 20 years ago when I was like 20. You know what I'm saying? I knew not to, aluminum in your deodorant, right? So if you buy in Secret and Ivory and all of that, you still in the matrix, right? This is holistic deodorant everywhere. Aluminum in the deodorant, the fillings, metal fillings in our teeth from the dentist. And that's a whole nother, you know, story, but I talked about that in Science as a Weapon too. I mean, in the Scientific Intervention in Our Affairs, my book. So I'm saying all of this to say this plan has been ongoing for a long time. This didn't start in 2020. So when we're looking around at people, I'm looking at people I know and I'm like, are you there? Is anybody home? Are you like really, I see you, but I don't see you. Like I see you there, but I don't see you. So when when the news is like, yeah, the people who haven't gotten the shot, they're this and they're that, and they're this and that. And I'm looking around waiting for the people I know to turn up. Because they talking about me and my son. I don't see nobody around me turning up. I don't see nobody online posting like, yeah, I got it, but I don't think that's right. I don't think you should be taking away our liberties. I don't think people should, you know, I don't see none of that. How is that possible? Calcified pineal glands. They've already disconnected you from the source. It's just you know what I'm saying? When they tell you it's raining and it's snowing outside, yeah, it's raining. Let me get my raincoat. It's sunny outside and it's snowing outside. It's sunny. Let me put on shorts. Walking, talking, breathing, living, seemingly functioning zombies. And I'm not talking about them out there. I'm talking about people I know that I'm like, oh, wow. And when I found out like that, you know, some of you guys may know this, you may not. I've been very careful. Even the other day, I put the videos up of the fire in Turkey, and then I took them down because I was fasting. And you know, I'm very sensitive with putting out information that I know is going to evoke fear, because as much, listen, I've talked about maybe 30% of what I know that these people are doing and what they're planning. Most people just don't have the bandwidth for it. They don't. You know what I'm saying? And I need y'all to maintain frequency. I don't need you to know everything. I don't need you to research everything. I'm on the job. There's other people out here that are on the job. If that's not your lane, don't go into that, because right now we need you to maintain frequency above all else. That's why I said, if you got it and you listening and it's making you feel some type of way, turn it off. You know what I'm saying? Because this is a frequency game at this point. Calcified pineal glands. For the past 5 years, I've been telling everybody, bentonite clay, drink bentonite clay, take baths in bentonite clay. It pulls metal particulates and toxins out of your bodies. That's one way. But I'm just saying, like, if you're looking at your family members and if you're looking at people that you know and people that you love, and you're trying to figure out where they are, this is, and not to mention that aluminum is falling from the sky on a daily basis. So when I used to be in Oakland and I would go up to Grand Lake Theater, right there by the old school Quickway, vegan mob now, I would stand on the corner and I would be like, just stop random people. What does that look like to you? Oh, that's just, that's the, we got an international airport. That's just the contrails that come from the, oh, okay. What does that look to you? I would just ask people just to see where they were in their mind. Professional people, white people, Black people, Asian people. Listen, this shit is above race at this point. I mean, the professional people with money, people that people look up to. It's like, oh, you really don't have a mind of your own at all. So we're surrounded by, I don't even like saying this because I don't like the way it feels when it comes from my mouth. People that have lost or are losing their connection to the source. That's what we're facing right now. And, as far as the thing about Jay-Z and Nas, I mentioned them specifically, not because I'm on some rampage to tear them down or anything. Like I respect both of them in different ways for different things. You know what I'm saying? So maybe the frequency of my words, I don't expect them to watch this, but maybe the frequency of my words will reach them. Nas in particular. Jay, I think he's too far gone. You know what I'm saying? I think he's, it's all about money at this point, and he's not going to do anything to, to interrupt that. But I want to segue from that into this topic. Where are our men? And I know I'm pushing up on 2 hours, so I'm not going to keep you guys too much longer. I just need to get this out. Like I said before, I'm seeing a lot of knowledge. I'm seeing a lot of information. I'm not seeing wisdom. There's nothing left to expose. And I'm saying that as an avid researcher that will probably put up more content exposing what's going on. But that's for the people that are in the know. The people that, you know what I'm saying? Like the idea of saving people at this point. Yes, it's that's not even our job. It's not our job to save anybody at this point. Your job is to maintain your own frequency. So I want to start this off by saying that I know some kings. I'm not talking about social media influencers. I know some kings, some real kings. And some of them are listening. And if I say anything that's out of order or that's disrespectful, I give them permission to check me. Not check me, that's the wrong word. To help me to cultivate a better understanding. That's a better word. I'm never above correction, ever. So if I say anything that's out of order, please, my brothers, you know what I'm saying? Help me to get it right and to come back to the center. Because this is not going to be, it's not easy to say. And remember, I have a son. He's probably not watching anymore. I don't know how long his attention span is. Listen to his mom go off. But I have a son. My son's 18 now. So please understand that when I talk about Black men collectively, my son is included in that representation. So I'm always very careful about how I speak to men, because I understand that my son is now a part of that collective consciousness, right? That's it. These devils have full-fledged nuclear weapons locked, loaded, and pointed at the world right now. They're going to destroy the financial system. They're going to destroy the political system. Anybody that's still talking about Biden and Trump, I'm not even, like, you don't even have my ear. Biden does not run this country right now. None of the heads of states in any of the countries are running them anymore. It's a whole nother ball game going on. Anybody that's still talking about Biden and Trump, are we still talking about the Capitol riots? Like, y'all actually think that shit was real? Do y'all really think that the Capitol riots were real? You think that, like, you don't understand, like, how staged that was? You saw that and actually was like, oh, wow, this is really happening. Different dimensions of consciousness. So they got these nuclear weapons, and I'm saying, proverbial nuclear weapons pointed at the world. Africa, we bragging about the fact that they haven't been taking a shot. They got a whole different, you know what I'm saying? They got a whole different plan for Africa. So stop bragging about the fact that our people aren't taking the shots there, because there's some whole other shit going on there. I read an article today where there's mass flooding in Nigeria, and they talking about the decimation that it's going to have on the land there, right? So full-fledged, locked and loaded. Now we say the black man is God, the cream baker of the planet. I'm sorry, I don't have my wisdom under cap because I got a lot going on in my brain. The black man is the maker, the owner, the cream of the planet Earth, God of the universe, right? If that's accurate. Show me. Prove it. Because I don't see it. These devils are locked and loaded. Guns blazing. It ain't even guns. Y'all talking about guns. No, they sending lasers through your window. They not, you know what I'm saying? They don't need to, they have drones. Who you gonna shoot? The drone? I'm trying to see where black men are. And like I said, I know some kings. So, you know what I'm saying? If you are, king, God, the facilitator of your universe, you know what I'm saying? You the center of your universe, and everything, is operating around you according to the way a righteous king or God would rule, then so be it. We're going to put them there in a little corner because there's very few of them. But I'm looking at our men on social media. I see a whole lot of bragging. What the fuck are you bragging about? To whom it may concern. What are you bragging about? Do you understand what's happening in the world right now? Do you understand they're getting ready to crash the economic system? Do you understand this, like that situation in Texas when all those people out there was stuck, when they sent a storm, a man-made storm, and then turned the power off at the same fucking time? Where are our men? What's the plan? You online, get ready. They coming. I just found out the UN's in Canada. Get ready. What do you mean get ready? You said your role was to protect and serve. You get ready. What do you mean get ready? Where's the command centers? If you telling me they're getting ready to start going door to door, where's the command center in LA? Tell me where to go if I need to tell women where to go if they scared and they don't know what to do. Where's the command center in Oakland, San Francisco, Denver, Houston, Dallas, New York, Philly, Brooklyn, Chicago, Detroit? What's your plan? You said the man's role was to protect and provide. Oh, now you're going to pivot and tell me it's black women's fault because they had children by thugs? Is that your natural rebuttal? I'm serious. What's your plan? I saw fundraising to help people raise money for cryptocurrency. Well, can you do a fundraiser and start raising money for single mothers so that they can have electricity generators when if they cut the power off? Can you start raising money so that if these women or people losing their jobs because they don't take the poison, so now it's putting them in a certain, particularly the women with children, let's just leave the regular women like me out, right? My son's 18, he's, you know what I'm saying? Like women who have children, little ones, can you start raising money and start buying them food so that they can eat if they can't go to the grocery store? What is your plan besides going on fucking Instagram and Facebook and telling me about the other man's plan? I don't need to hear that shit no more. A lot of people are getting ready to die. I've heard a lot. I listen to a lot of content. You know what I'm saying? This is my work. This is what I do. I feel the consciousness of the planet. I tap into the consciousness and it helps me to figure out the next move in my you know what I'm saying? What I'm supposed to be saying, what I'm supposed to be doing. I am not impressed right now at all. Where are our men? And let's be clear, you can be a good man and not be a king. I think we just need to get this, we just need to put this on the table. You can be a good man and not be a king. King meaning ruler of your throne and, you know what I'm saying, responsible for other people and matriculation around you, the universe around you, and then elevating into God consciousness where you're self-ruled. That's the ultimate goal. It should be. Ruling over a kingdom and ruling over yourself is two different things. Sometimes they interchange. So I think we probably have a lot of good men out here. I'm looking for the kings. Where are they? Yes, this is me, ZaZa Ali, putting you on the mat. I've been handling Black men with kid gloves for a long time because of the nurturing that you need and the compassion that you need and all of the shit that you've been through and all of the shit that you go through. But it's time out for that. On the mat here, right now. What's your plan? This is one of the reasons why I was so, the situation with Breonna Taylor was so hypocritical to me, not because people were standing up for her. We should be doing that. But because there's Breonna Taylors all around us and nobody's checking for them. Right there in Atlanta, the mecca of the conscious community. How many live videos have you seen done from Atlanta? It's the sex trafficking mecca of the United States. Black girls and Black women being snatched off the streets every day, and y'all not doing shit about it. Don't tell me nothing about Black Queen. I don't believe you. Don't say shit about protecting and providing. I don't believe you. Show me. Your women are scared right now. Your people are scared right now. What is your plan? We don't need, there's nothing left to expose. The writing's on the wall. The worst case scenario you can think of, I guarantee you, is 100 times worse. What is your plan? It's a lot of talking and a lot of bragging. And I don't know what the fuck you're bragging about. Because you can go in a room and get people to pay to come and hear you talk. That ain't shit. I'm not impressed. Young Pharaoh's baby's mother, I don't call names, but this is just, I have to say this, did a live a few days ago. And apparently he put hands on her, inadvertently hit his child. She went live. The police came. She told the whole story. I believe her. Which one of the Black conscious leaders went live? Who called them to? Who put them on the map? Which man put them on the map? Tell me. Send me the video. I want to see the clip. Where is it? All this, like, you know, kiki, hoo, hi, and all this, you know, I'm social media famous shit. That shit don't mean nothing to me. I know what's about to come. What is the plan? And then y'all sitting up listening to this fucking rooster in a cashmere sweater and Ray-Bans telling you what a high value man is. If one more person sends me one of them fucking videos, I promise you, the people get the leaders they deserve. If you dumb enough to call in and ask somebody who is, for all intents and purposes in my mind, a gay man, how to conduct yourself as a woman, what you need to do to get a high value man. So a high value man is a man who has money. You know how many dumb men I know with money? You ever sat down and had a real conversation with a professional athlete? And I'm not saying all of them, but I've had a few. I've engaged a few in my time. Beautiful house, no brains. What can I do with a man like that? I pulled my back about 2 weeks ago now. Doing too much, overexerting myself. And then I didn't take it serious. I did yoga and ended up making it worse. So, you know what I'm saying? It became a situation that I didn't really think was a situation, but I made it a situation. A high value man to me is a man that can put his hands on my back, rub his hands together, pull his chi energy together, go get some, you know what I'm saying? Some tonic, some herbs, some oils, and rub my back and alleviate me having to go and see these devils in these hospitals. That's a high value man to me. Walk me through the Quran and through the Bible and through the scriptures and help me understand what the fuck is happening in the world right now without losing my mind. That's a high value man to me. Speak wisdom, live wisdom, exude godliness. That's a high value man to me. I don't know. Woo, manhood, boy. Listen, I see why God is allowing what's happening right now. There is a purge taking place. And if your frequency is too low, you are not going to make it. And all you brothers that got king potential, that are wasting your semen and wasting your time and wasting your energy on these concubines, king potential does not equate to becoming a king. When you lay down with somebody that is not equally yoked with you energetically, you are lowering yourself. Learn how to preserve your sperm. This is a science game. I'm not a high value man. Get the fuck out of here. And y'all be eating that shit up. And I've had men come to me and be like, well, you know, it's not all good, but there's some good. What? Blocked. The fuck out of here. Dude, you gonna have listen, I turn the volume down and look at people. That's how I know how much time I'm gonna invest. You getting clowned by a clown. And Black men are taking guidance from this shit? No, you're not taking guidance. You just like the fact that he's clowning Black women because you really don't like Black women. A lot of y'all really don't like Black women. That's why y'all like to listen to that shit. He feeds your lower nature, makes you feel good about yourself. Yeah, that's why I'm not doing well. What he said. She's the problem, not me. We love a good fuck boy, don't we? Guys, y'all just need to get together and just elect one king of the fuck boys. I have a few people I'd like to nominate. Am I talking about this right now, like, it's just, when I'm talking about what's happening in the world, it's all like science and all this complex shit. And then when I'm talking to us, it's like, we got to go back to the basics, bro. We don't have time for this shit. We don't have time for Black men to be wasting their time and their energy on these worthless ass women. Stop it. Learn how to be by yourself. We need you right now. Get off the internet if you can't stop looking at Black Tail and Cardi B. That's what those hoes are there for, to distract you from your mission. That's what they're there for. That's why Megan Thee Stallion is platinum. That's why you know who Amber Rose is, and not, you know what I'm saying? Sierra, there's a sister, African sister. Her name is Sierra. I forget her last name. It escapes me. If somebody knows it in the chat room, please put it in there. But she's the African sister that broke the, you know, that everybody came up against when she said that, she mentioned that one remedy that I won't say, starts with an H. She came out and was like, people don't need to be dying. We already know what can cure this. And everybody, they made her the laughing stock. We don't even know who she is. But you sitting up listening to this shit is corny. Like, I don't even have the brain faculties to resonate. I don't even have any empathy or compassion for any of it. Men are being controlled by their lower nature sexually. And this is why everywhere you look, there's ass and titties everywhere, because they want you focused on that and not focused on the shift that's happening, which will take you into the quantum reality, which will help you to become your highest and best self and circumvent this bullshit that's going on our planet. A lot of this stuff, I feel like we should be so far past this. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm putting Black men on the map. This it. And you want to come for me? You're gonna make me the object of your affection now. This won't be the first time. Definitely won't be the last. So you want to start I don't watch none of that shit. So if you make a video and respond, I won't watch it. So you'll be talking to your followers, and I don't give a shit anyway. Because again, the highest frequency always win, and my shit is on point. So I'm not worried about none of that. I have a extra layer and level of backing right now. So don't fuck with me. I'm serious. I'm not impressed. We need to really I don't know where you guys are at, where your head is at, but collectively, if you can't do it on a collective level, then you should at least make sure all the women in your family are covered down. If you a good man, if you a king, you know what I'm saying? All of the women in your family that don't have men in their households and have children should have, electricity generators and, shelved food to be able to eat, right? The basic things that you need if the system goes down. That's my challenge to the men that are listening to me right now. Your family members, the women that you care about, the women that are in your cipher, the women that you love, you need to make sure that they are ready and that they're taken care of. That's my challenge to you. And if you got a following online and you claim to be a leader, all I see Black men talking about right now is money. The whole cryptocurrency, you know what I'm saying? Like, there was a big rush of energy for that, right? And if you have knowledge of self and you understand the agenda that is playing out right now, you couldn't possibly think that cryptocurrency wasn't a part of the agenda. Look at the timeline. You telling me at the simultaneously, while they're crashing the world, that there comes this new version of currency that out of nowhere is supposed to be the end all be all to protect humans' rights when they're destroying everything that you know what I'm saying? We know of value. I'm not saying don't invest. I'm not saying you can't make money. I'm not saying it's not the currency of the future. I'm saying it's a part of the plan. So use it accordingly. And if you have knowledge of self, you should be saying that. Why are you not? You either don't know, which I don't respect, or you know and you won't say it because it's a money game, which I really don't respect. Technology is the future. Says who? Says who? Where's our vision? We don't even have vision beyond this world. We can't even visualize having our own infrastructures without their, you know what I'm saying, without their utilities and their methodologies. Technology is the future. No, technology, I'm making a note so I don't forget. Technology is what they're using to try to destroy us. Let's be clear. I mean, can we understand that? And then from there, we can use the internet and use social media and use digital currency and use all of it for what it's really worth. But this is what the technology that they're trying to use to destroy our planet and to destroy humanity. So don't tell me technology is the future. Tell me about a future that exists without these people on our planet. That's what I want to hear about. We can't even we're so limited in our thinking capacity that we can't even think outside the scope of this world. So now I want to say something specifically to women, because the world is in need of guidance. The world is in need of guidance, and I don't see it really coming from, I don't know what, you know what I'm saying? Like, everybody's doing their part, but like women, like, seriously, I know we've been in, we're gonna wait to see what our men do mode. That the days for that shit's over. Like, we need to activate. Get off the stripper pole. You know what I'm saying? Get your ass up off the floor, bumping and grinding. Actually, I'm not even talking to those women. I'm sorry. Let me backtrack. I have no breath for that at this point. I'm talking to the women who understand the power of the womb, this womb, and the physical womb. You understand? And this shift that we're making, you know, we say we want to end, you know, Me Too, and we want to end patriarchy, and we want to end, you know, man's rulership over us, but we're doing everything that keeps men ruling over women. And I've had it. I can't deal with it anymore. We need to be fasting. We need to be, when I say studying, I'm not talking about you studying the stuff I study, like the science and all of this. No, I'm talking about studying. First of all, if you have a job that is on the line right now, and even if it's not on the line right now, it may be coming in the days soon. So you really should be starting to think about your industry, your expertise in your business, what you do for your particular business, and how you can transform that into something that you do for yourself. And if you've been at a job for, 5 to 10 years, you're an expert in your field, and you should stand tall on that. I tell my clients that all the time. Like, no, you're an expert. Stop looking at this like you're an employee. You're an expert. You know what I'm saying? You have a certain specialty and expertise that you bring to the table. And if you can do it for somebody else, you can do it for yourself. Women in communities need to be getting together and starting to think about homeschooling. I would not be putting my son in anybody's school at this point. That it would absolutely, wearing masks is dangerous. It's dangerous for all of us. It's extremely dangerous for children. It's child abuse to have these children in these schools wearing masks, to have them wearing masks anywhere, but particularly at school when they're supposed to be learning. When you're breathing in your own, the toxins from your body that are supposed to be being expelled. And instead of them being expelled, when you breathe out, you're breathing them back in. So the toxin and the dirt is all matriculating in your body. So your brain is not operating. You're not learning under those circumstances. Get together with the women in your communities and start creating homeschools. Somebody that's good at math, somebody that's good at science, somebody that's, that likes to be out and that's sociable, that can take them on field trips. Come on, let's think outside the box. We're not on that time anymore. We're creating time now. We're creating a world now. So stop thinking with the limitations of what am I going to do if I don't have a public school to send my children to so I can go to my job that I might not have if they make me take this shot that I might end up taking because I need the money. Get out of that reactive mindset. Let's go into the quantum reality. What you think produces your reality. If you're constantly thinking and stressing about your children not being able to go to school or not having a job, guess what? It's coming. So a sister said on my Instagram the other day, you know, they're putting my livelihood at risk. No, they're not. Your livelihood will never be at risk. Do you understand the magnitude and the beauty and magnificence of this planet? Have you ever seen a bird want for food? Maybe in the winter, they have to fly out to go to it. You know what I'm saying? But like, I had a conversation with a lady. I'm just writing notes everywhere, so I'm all over the place. I had a conversation with this Mexican lady. I bought some plants from her over in LA. And so we, you know, vibing, having a conversation. And she told me that a couple of years ago, she had a party at her house. And there was a wedding. So the family members stayed at her house. Now she said she had plants everywhere. You know, she's real big into, she owns a whole, you know, nursery. So plants are her thing. So the whole house is covered with plants. So she says the family members come over, they all stay at her house. She said she had a big palm tree that was like it was so well bloomed that it was like it hung over the couch, right? She said after 2 days, all of her plants died. And I said, well, did you guys play music? Was it loud music? Was it rock music or something that might have had a negative vibe? She said, no, we didn't do any of the partying at the house. Of the parties, we had a separate event. The main thing was at the okay, I'm checking my time. The main, event was at a different place, but we all just stayed at my house. I said, so you telling me that the energy of your family members in your home for 48 hours, 70 to however many hours it was, 3 days, killed your plants that you have been growing for years and years and years? Thank you, Jalecia. She said, yeah. I said, well, damn, that means those plants absorbed all of that energy. She said, not only that, they protected me and my children. So ever since she said that, right, I've been thinking like, damn, plants aren't struggling. Out here in California, it's lush. There's palm trees, there's flowers. I mean, it's beauty everywhere. They're not affected by anything going on because they don't have the ability to fear. They're not worried about tomorrow. All they have to do is be. And this is where we have to go. And I'm talking to women in particular, but I'm talking to all of us. Teach a woman, you teach a nation. This is where we have to go as a culture, right? And going into this quantum realm, knowing and moving and operating with so much security and so much faith. You know what I'm saying? Like when I study nature, this is why I spend a lot of time in nature, because it's operating, it goes off without a hitch. There's no, you know what I'm saying? The beach doesn't have a bad day. The sun doesn't, wake up with a cough and take the day off. You know what I'm saying? The moon is doing its thing. The stars are doing their thing outside of, chemtrails getting in the way. They spraying a lot out here in LA. That's another subject, but nature is operating at a high capacity and functioning at a high capacity. So I just want to be like nature. I just want to be in contact with the frequency and the vibration. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 plants in my house that I spend a lot of time and put a lot of care into. I've yelled a couple of times, so my throat is kind of feeling it now. And I didn't mean to yell. Y'all have to pardon me. But and I keep crystals, you know what I'm saying? But like I'm incubating my space and I'm surrounded by reminders of God. And I frequent places that remind me of God, and I keep people around me and stay connected to people that remind me of God, because this is the devil's world. And Satan right now, Satan being a frequency, not one particular person, but a energy that is being transmission and transmitted through human beings, not just Bill Gates and the people at the top of the pyramid, but now through our family members, through the strangers that we meet that look at us sideways. People, I don't wear masks. If I have to go in a store and they have a mask requirement, the way that I compensate is I wear it on my mouth. I don't wear it on my nose ever. And I've never had anybody say anything to me. That's my way of, the art of war. Pick your battles. Because I'm not going to go in every store and be arguing with people. I don't have time for that type of stuff. Right? Excuse me. But when I'm outside, I never wear them. And as soon as I come out the store, I take it off. Right? So I'm visible. 5'9" tall, my hair been curly for the most part, so I've been rocking an afro. I usually have on some sort of conscious, language t-shirt, Africa, something representing the culture and the people. They'll look at me, but they better not say, they don't say anything. You can look at me, you can feel a type of way, but don't say anything. And I don't have a combative energy about myself where I'm like, yeah, I wish somebody would say something to me. No, I don't expect anybody to say anything to me. This is how we have to start moving and navigating in this situation. Like I was talking about preparing for people knocking on my door. No, I'm not preparing for people to knock on my door. I pray for ease. I pray for abundance. I pray for peace of mind. I pray for calm in the midst of a storm. I pray for me to be able to maintain my mental faculties, regardless to who I lose along the way. If my family turns on me, if social media turns on me, if I don't have my Instagram channel, I pray that I can stay solid and full within myself, regardless to whom or what. So ladies, women, there is a balance of knowing what's going on, staying aware, studying what's happening, making sure you know the rules and regulations in your community and how it affects you and your children. And then also being lion in the Daniel's den, in the lion's den, Daniel in the lion's den, and turning your back on this shit. We got to find a balance, right? So that's where we are right now. And that's where I want us, we talk about love, the love frequency. When I talk about my son, you know what I'm saying? Like I said in the beginning, like I would go to the end of the earth and back. I will scorch this planet behind my son. That is a love frequency that I'm constantly cultivating and making sure that it's healthy, even as he's away from me and moving out into the world. I'm not going to have my son up under me. No, you can't go anywhere. No. You know what I'm saying? We don't live in fear. Be cautious, be careful, watch your surroundings, but go explore the world, right? So that love frequency, to experience love is to experience God. To know love is to love God. To know love is to know God. So if you hate the white man right now, you're off frequency. You can do whatever you want to do. I'm just telling you the way it works. If you marching and, you guys remember Christiane Amanpour? She was a commentator for CNN. She has cancer now, a rare form of cancer. And as soon as I saw the article about it and I read about it, I say, yeah, that makes sense. She's been engulfed in war-torn countries for at least, I want to say she was online, like on CNN, 5-10 years? She had a long-standing, journalist career. And she was the one that was in Iraq when it was going down. And, she's seeing all of this suffering and death. And now she's been diagnosed with cancer. Yes, that makes sense. So, and, Sean King, right? He's been multiple surgeries, talking about his back injuries and whatnot. So, you know what I'm saying? He's like every now and then he'll be like, I just had another surgery, y'all pray for me. Yeah, because he's steeped in a world that keeps him focused on and processing death and destruction. It doesn't mean there's anything wrong with what he does. It's just the law. You see what I'm saying? So the more, when I talked about earlier, it being a hoax versus us consciously creating reality, whatever you're focusing on is what the universe is going to give you. So women, we need to be meditating. We need to be listening to positive affirmations. We need to be visualizing into the future. I found myself where I couldn't see past 2 years. I'm like, bro, I just need to, you know what I'm saying? We're going to wait it out 2 years from now. And, I'll see what happens. No, I got to get out of that, because I'm here to build a new world. I'm here to destroy this one, and I'm here to build a new world. And it's going to happen in our lifetimes. So women, we need to really, y'all know who I'm talking to. You know, you're watching me right now. You've been riding with me for a long time. You know that I am talking to you. We don't have any more days off. Now is the time to get in shape, get your body in order, get your health in check, stay out of these hospitals, get your mind sharp. You need to be reading every day. You need to be spending time in nature. You need to be taking time away from, all of us need to spend time alone. It is imperative that we spend, whether you got a family, children, it doesn't matter. You have to have time alone so you can get the download from the universe. We can't even hear God talking to us because everybody else in our ear. Then we on social media when there's nobody around. Learn how to spend time alone. That's one of the two things that I wanted to close out with this, I'm not going to close, but I'm going to say this, and then it's going to bring me into the quantum and the love field. Did I cover everything I wanted to say? Women. I'm still on women, but we're going to bring that home. Oh, the disconnecting. Okay. I'm literally going off the head, y'all. I usually be way more prepared than this, but I really wanted to just have a heart-to-heart conversation with you guys. Disconnecting us from the source. When you see people that don't even have common sense anymore, that can't even see the, you know what I'm saying? Like, one day CNN tells you one thing, and then 2 days later, it's a totally different ball game, and you can't see it. You can't recognize it. You know what I'm saying? These people aren't connected to source anymore. The people that are online yelling about people that haven't gotten it, and what are you going to do? And you're killing everybody else. And they believe the new variant and the this and the that. They've taken the bait, hook, line, and sink. These people are not connected to source anymore. So we're talking about a technology that infiltrates the body. And there's levels to it, right? So there's the particles are matriculating and settling in certain parts of the body, right? They say in the women's ovaries, it's like 64% of it goes straight to the women's ovaries, because this is a plan to depopulate, and that's also men's sperm and testicles. So before you lay down and have sex with somebody, you better ask that question. And that's real talk. Because that could be a matter of life and death at this point, and is way deeper than AIDS, or any other sexually transmitted disease for that matter. But if they can go in and take over your mainframe, which is the goal. Mainframe meaning if you are a computer, right? So your hardware system is what's operating everything. So, you got your brain, you've got all your glands, you've got, all of your functioning organs, right? It's an operating system. They're trying to go in and take over the operating system, like a virus on your computer, where now you don't have, my sound on Instagram is sounding funny, like wind. Still? Let me know, Whitney. I don't hear anything. Let me know on Instagram if you guys can hear me okay. And I've been on for more than 2 hours. Is my sound okay? Okay, I guess it's okay. Disconnecting you from source to where God is not God, source energy, the originator of the heavens and the earth, is no longer in control of your operating system. That's what they're doing. Singing bowls. Okay, good. They're coming in and taking over the mainframe. And like I said, I was not born. I just don't have the dispensation of a slave. I don't. I just, you know what I'm saying? Hey, it's not happening. And I don't, I don't visualize or foresee myself having any sort of stand down or anything like that. Like I'm going to be okay. Me and my son and the people that I know that I love that are on the same frequency, we're going to be okay. This is all about consent right now. And if you stand your ground, maintain your mental and your spiritual stability, and you might not know how you're going to get through this or how you're going to get another job or how you're going to make money, but you better know what you're not going to do. And I know what I'm not going to do. And what I'm not going to do is become a part of that agenda. And I'm saying that, telling you guys that I have people that I know and love, that I have been knowing my whole entire life, that have already switched sides. Not intentionally. They don't know they switch sides. I'm saying that tongue in cheek, but I'm saying people that I love. Fuck. But I know what I'm not going to do. So decide what you're not going to do and let the universe take care of the rest. You will be taken care of. You will be provided for. This planet is 196,940,000 square miles. Do we really think that we won't eat? It's 75% water. Do you really think we're going to run out of water? Technology is the way. Not if they shut it off. Cryptocurrency is the way. Well, what you going to do without electricity? Quantum. What you think. When I say frequency, I'm talking about what you think, how you feel, how you eat, how you breathe, and how you live. What you think, what you feel, how you eat, how you breathe, and how you live. And I need to emphasize breath because y'all walking around with them damn masks on, and especially outside. I just know your sun is just ready to just what you eat, what you think, what you eat, how you breathe, and how you live. That's frequency. That's the job now. That's the focus now. The frequency, maintaining frequency. That's my number one priority. That's my number one job. And I handle everything accordingly as a mother, as a businesswoman, as a, person that engages with other people, as a, when I have to go out into the world, frequency first. Where am I at? Check in with myself. How am I thinking? How am I feeling? I'm feeling stressed and I'm feeling scared. Well, let me get off of social media. Let me turn off all the lights and sit in the dark and just focus on my breathing. I'm feeling a little funny. My body might be feeling a little, whatever. I'm gaining a couple of pounds. It's time to fast. I got a problem. I can't figure out what I'm going to do about my job or what my business. Fast. Spend some time alone and let the universe give you the download. We consciously create reality, whether we know it or not. Everything that's happening in our lives right now, even the situation with, this CBD-19. We've as a humanity, as a species, have completely given all of our control over to other people. We have no autonomy over our lives. We're being completely governed by other people and don't even realize it. So most of us can't even fathom a world where we're not ruled by other people. That's where my daydreams have been like, damn, if I didn't have to go to DMV and pay, you know what I'm saying? You mean could be a world where I don't have to pay to register my car every year and property taxes are gone? And you know what I'm saying? I don't, my value in the world is not based on money, but on frequency, because that's where we headed. Value is getting ready to be determined by frequency. What doors you can get in and get out of is getting ready to be determined by frequency. Where you can go, how you can move is getting ready to be determined by frequency. So there's a lot of people with a lot of money that are about to be in a situation because they got a low frequency. We can't even fathom. That's where I've been thinking beyond this world and into a world of righteousness. How would God want it to be? So Christian, I'm in poor. because I know I skipped past that. Facing all this death and destruction. And then I talked briefly about Sean King. And he's on his square, he's doing his thing. So I would never step to him and be like, hey, bro, you need to stop marching. This is critical. No, live your life. But understand that, you know what I'm saying? Like in the bigger scheme of things, 5 billion people, if you get them to believe it's real, it is real. If you get 5 billion people to believe it's real, it's real. The body will, if you tell your body, oh my God, I'm so scared of getting sick, watching CNN 12 hours a day. CNN is constantly telling you what the symptoms are over and over and over. You reading it on the TV and then they're saying it. And then they have specialists come on and say it. And then somebody else who got sick and then, right? So you are telling your body on a cellular level, you're programming your body for disease. Then you show up at the hospital and guess what? You got it. And them tests, man, the tests are the tests are the key to it all. I don't even know why are you still getting tested? Especially if you don't have, especially if it's not work related, especially if you don't feel sick at all. Why are you going to get tested? And even if you do feel sick, take some vitamin D, take some zinc, get in the sun, thug that shit out until you get well. When I was 12 years old, I was sick for like 3 weeks. I'm talking about pneumonia. Almost thought I was going to die. And you know, at 12, your body's not even like full, your immune system isn't like full throttle yet. I thought I was going to die. I lost so much weight. I could barely walk. Got over it. And I've never really been sick like that since then. My immune system kicked in, checked the data, got all the information, figured out got all of the soldiers and the warriors and the armies, you know, I mean, the army of my body and my immune system together. And they fought it. And I got over it. And I've never been that sick before again. This is the process of the human body. So why the fuck are people walking around so scared? I'm trying to understand. You don't even know your body, let alone yourself. So there's a price to pay for that. And God is hey, listen. The two things that we are going to have to come to grips with and make peace with is death and being alone. And when I say being alone, I'm not talking about, you know, not being with your inner circle or the people that are in your family or in your household right now. No, I'm talking about being ostracized from the world. I'm talking about being ostracized from people that you love. I'm talking about people turning their backs on you or blaming you or criticizing and persecuting you. I'm talking about turning away from, you know, being in the world, but not being of it, being alone. And a lot of people are scared to be alone. That's why they try, you know, kicking and screaming to get back in the club. I'll do whatever it takes. Just don't let me be alone. Give me whatever you got to give me. I just don't want to be alone. We got to make peace with death, because death is hovering over America and over this planet. I'm telling you, that's why the weight is so heavy, because I can feel it and it ain't no joke. The weight of it is no joke. Death and being alone and shaping and molding the reality that we want to see beyond this world. That's where the thought leaders need to go right now. The visionaries, the spiritual men and women, the people that can hold frequency. That's the specific people that I'm talking to. Hold frequency, not like this every day. Here, here, here. Like, no, you got to get in a rhythm, because if your frequency is off, then guess what? You are emitting a signal that will send those people to your house. Or some random neighbor that's in your business. You know what I'm saying? Like all that little shit that I'm not concerned with, but that a lot of people are worried about. Yeah, you're worried about it, so you're going to bring it into your reality. We got to shift from being in a reactionary, physically based and physically limited state of mind and go into a love frequency and in the quantum realm. When I say quantum realm, in quantum physics, they have done studies, and mind you, these studies were done in the early 1900s. So these people have science and technology that's beyond anything that we can possibly, fathom. They've done studies since the 1900s that basically proves that atoms, which are the building blocks of the world, of everything, And then the atom, and you break the atom down, and it has a proton and a, excuse me, proton and an electron with a nucleus. So, but the atoms are the building blocks of the world. They have proven and done significant studies, and I'm sure they have way more proof now that they will never let get out, that atoms have divine intelligence or intelligence, right? Meaning that the building blocks, you know, if I'm made up of 7, I forget the word, it's like 7 followed by 21 zeros, if that's the math from the Supreme Wisdom. 7 followed by 21 zeros, right? I forget, 7 sectillion or something like that. That's how many atoms make up my physical body, right? So they know that each individual atom has consciousness. So if each atom that makes up my body has consciousness, they are always listening to what I'm thinking and observing and processing what I'm feeling. And based on what I'm thinking and what I'm feeling, that is what is attracting things to me. So we got to go quantum now. This is a time to be less focused on doing and more focused on being, because things are going to get a lot easier for the righteous, the ones of the anointed ones, not the ones who haven't taken the you know what, but the ones that are maintaining righteous, consistent God frequency. Things are about to get, it's going to be difficult for us in one lane, right? Dealing with the 85%ers and the rest of this savage ass world. But as long as we maintain frequency, things are going to get easier, and they're going to get better for us, right? We just got to maintain frequency. That's the name of the game now. And under no circumstances, do not consent. I do not consent. And that's a stage of consciousness. That's not the highest stage of consciousness, though. And I'm very mindful of that. I'm in I do not consent frequency right now, but my goal is to be in I am that I am. Because when I say I am that I am, that means none of this shit exists to me. You know what I'm saying? I'm a divine being on a divine planet, having a divine experience. I don't know what y'all got going on, but I know what I'm here for, and I know what I'm doing, and I will not be affected or impacted by any of it. That's the I am that I am frequency. That's where I'm striving to go to. I'm not there yet, but I am striving to get there. Abdullah, Neville Goddard talked about his teacher. Neville Goddard is one of the great spiritual scientists that is well known all over the world now. He's got disciples all over the world, but he was a disciple of Abdullah, and I've talked about this in my videos before. Abdullah was a Black man that was from, and Abdullah had multiple disciples. The guy who wrote Dr. Joseph Campbell, who wrote The Power of the Subconscious Mind, and there's a couple of other very prominent spiritual scientists. But Abdullah, he was an Ethiopian Orthodox Christian, right? Or was he a Jew? He was a Jew. He was an Ethiopian Orthodox Jew, yeah, because the real Jews are from Ethiopia. But he talked about how Abdullah, oh, my battery's going low. He talked about how Abdullah in the 1930s during the Depression era, a Black man, a dark-skinned Black man with a turban on and everything, was moving around at will with no limitation and no problems in America, in New York in the 1930s. And he said Abdullah would go to the opera, and as a Black man, when Black people weren't even allowed to go to the opera, Abdullah would walk up to the ticket counter and purchase a ticket for him and Neville, and they would go sit in the middle on the floor of the opera. Can't remember if he said Black people couldn't get in or if they weren't on the floor. No, Black people weren't allowed in the opera at this time. What am I talking about? He said he would go and buy tickets and sit in the middle of the opera with the best seats in the house, and nobody said a word to him. That's quantum reality. He wasn't living in the 1930s. He was I am that I am. So I don't want to live in 2021. I don't want to live in this shit and amongst all this bullshit. I want to be I am that I am. I'm striving to get there. Until then, I got my sword. I do not consent, right? full armor of God from head to toe, covering down over me. My goal is to get to I am that I am, but until I get there, my sword is ready. And I'm talking about my spiritual sword, the covering, the protection, the knowing. I know that I know that I know that I know. My son will never miss a meal. If I miss a meal, it'll be because I'm fasting. My life will not be negatively impacted in a way that I'm going to be suffering. I might have to go, you know what I'm saying? It's going to get a little tight. It's going to get kind of crazy, but I expect to come through this thriving, strong. And I'm not just saying that because I'm talking to you guys and because I want you to believe me. I'm telling you that this is the way that I live. This is the way that I think. Abdullah. That's what me and my friend Untitled. I'm trying to be on the Abdullah frequency. Abdullah, if you can imagine him having to walk through a plantation with slaves in it, he would have had to completely not acknowledge them and walk through like none of it was happening. During slavery, seeing your own people in fields picking cotton, and you in such a high space vibrationally and on such a different plane of consciousness that you got to walk through and not see any of it. That's where we are right now. That's what it's going to take to get through this shit. So we going quantum, baby, because I'm with the shit and I know what I represent. And I know I listen, truth is my God. You understand what I'm saying to you? I will not bow down to none of this shit that's not reflective of truth. It is what it is. I'm telling you right now, I feel so confident about it. And I have my moments, I'll learn something new and be like, oh my God, you know, when I saw the fires in Turkey, it just sent this wave of like, what kind of evil I'm talking about fire everywhere. So you just sending a laser through and just wiping shit out. You don't care who you kill. Yes, they have this technology. They've been doing it in California for years. You can tell the fires aren't real. So you mean to tell me there's somebody sitting behind a computer screen pushing a button and the button says pushing a button to go? So you telling me somebody is sitting somewhere pushing a button and sending a storm to Florida and freezing people out, and then somebody else turns the electricity off and makes those people suffer, and then somebody else turns around and sends them bills for $2,000 and $3,000 because they can? We don't have time. We can't be fucking around right now. This shit is real. So Michael Beckwith said the highest frequency always wins. This is a frequency game. It's not a money game anymore, even though money should help your frequency improve. But some of the people with the most money are the most savage. So we know that that's only a piece of the puzzle. This is a frequency game. The highest frequency always wins. We got to be the highest frequency. We got to go quantum, which means the love frequency. If you hate your job, you're not on your square. If you're in a relationship with a woman that is not equally yoked, or a man that is not equally yoked, that is dragging your vibration down, you are not on your square. If you can't stop eating fucking Popeye's chicken, you are not on your square. If you don't understand the ramifications of shaking your ass in front of a phone and the energy that you're putting into the universe and the effect that it has on other people, you are not on your square. This is a frequency game. Frequency all the way around. Highest frequency always win. What is the highest frequency? Love, abundance, gratitude, peace of mind, confidence, knowing. I know that I know that I know that I know. I don't know how, but I know. I know I'm protected. I know I'm being guided. I know I was prepared. My whole life brought me to this moment. So the worst that's happened to me in my lifetime brought me to right here, right now. You got to know this is a frequency game. So in a sense, it's really simple, but it's difficult because look at what we got to deal with. Most of us have never really experienced real love. Think about that. Excuse me. Most of us have never experienced real love. So how do you maintain a high frequency if you've never experienced love? That's the riddle. You know what I'm saying? Because that's the goal. Love, peace of mind, gratitude, abundance, clarity. That's where we got to go. So if you, I mean, God bless you if you in the streets marching and protesting, but it's going to be hard to maintain that frequency. And then you got to calculate and cumulate all of the people around you, and you pulling in their energy and transmission of all kind of, we don't even know what. Make sure that if you're getting involved sexually with people, you ask them, have they taken that, you know what? Make sure that if you're around people, if they've gotten that, you know what, within the first 2 months, that you kind of give them some extra space, because they are transmuting and radiating some shit that is affecting people. I've seen images of a 16-month-old baby that passed a blood clot because she spent the weekend at her grandmother's house. Now, this was in London. So, you know, they're doing different things in different places, right? They have a specific shot for different, you know, demographics or geographics, right? Geographic areas. But there's also many reports of people in America. A lot of women are having very abnormal cycles, are passing golf ball size blood clots. It's a lot of scary, wicked shit going on right now. You got to be very careful about who you let in your cipher right now. I am wonderful alone. But with myself. I shouldn't say alone, because I'm never alone. None of us are ever alone. And that's when we talk about the quantum reality. We got to remember, man, we got backup. That's, you know what I'm saying? It's some higher power and some angels. You know what I'm saying? Like it's there's levels to this, but we don't have that backing if we're not on the frequency. You're not gonna have you bragging about not taking a shot, but you on some bullshit. Yeah, they're not coming for you. You know what I'm saying? Like, we gotta be in alignment. This is a frequency game. We gotta go quantum, baby. Love. And I'm staying away from anything that makes me feel less than, or that makes me feel unloved. Stay away from me. No bad energy. You know what I'm saying? I stick and move on social media because the vibration on social media is too low. And I said this before, and I just want to reiterate this. Religion has failed us. Spirituality. If I see one more goddamn spiritual page talking about everything except what's going on, and I get it. You know, we kind of, you know, in a sense, you got to ignore it to, you know, there's that part. But yeah, nah, man, we in a physical reality. If you're a spiritual warrior, there's no way you can be turning your back on what's happening right now. Because if you don't know, then you can't be that spiritual. Because God is spirituality, but God is also science and mathematics. Let's be clear. Very much focused on knowledge. That's what this whole experience is about. That's what planet Earth is about. This is a school. We're here to learn. So yeah, be spiritual and, you know what I'm saying, meditate and do yoga and all of that great stuff. But you better have a sword near. Proverbial, real, whatever you want to call it. We got to go quantum. And man, I just, I'm, you know, it's funny when you think about, I'm getting ready to close, you guys. I know I've kept you over 2 hours. Think about yourself for a minute and the fact that you decided to come here. You know what I'm saying? Like, we could have been here at any other time. We could have been born in 1950 or, you know, born in the 1900s or born in 2025 or, you know what I'm saying? Like, we here right now. Like, if you, I need you to understand something, and I really need you to appreciate and value yourself. By the way, I'm going to be doing a video, event in LA soon. So if you're in the LA area, reach out to me. It's going to be a private event, but it's coming up soon. If you are, with all of the programming, all the psychological warfare, all the fear-based tactics, all of your family riding hard on you, all the pressure at work, all the social media bullshit, all the media programming, You go in any major city, there's banners everywhere. Wear your mask. Don't forget to take your shot. It's mass psychological warfare being pounded on us every single day, nonstop. And you still here? And you said no? And you said, I don't care what nobody think about me. I don't care. No, I'm not doing it. If you have that level of consciousness and awareness, first of all, I need you to understand how small that number is. And then secondly, I need you to give yourself a nice, warm, cozy hug of gratitude and congratulations and appreciation, because this is the road less traveled. These are the prophets and the people that the scriptures talk about, and we think that they were some distant, you know what I'm saying, men from back in the day or women from back in the day. These are archetypes. These are stages of consciousness. These are reflections of humanity that we can choose to be, Jesus or Judas. You understand what I'm saying? So if you chose the road less traveled, if you passed on the vacation with Bay, because you wasn't with the shit. Stop taking them tests, man. The shit is poison. The test is the key to the whole thing. The tests are poison. They have the shit in them that's in the vaccine. Ugh, the shot. I almost made it the whole time. The test is poison. Stop taking it. Find a way. If you made it this far and you're watching me and you stand in your ground and you don't know how it's all going to work out and you're a little bit scared, but you know what you know, I just want to take a minute to tell you that I love you and that I value and appreciate you for standing on your square, because I need you guys just like you need me. You know what I'm saying? Like we got to get through this together. I'm trying to figure out where the farmers are around me. I'm trying to figure out where the men are around me in case some shit pop off and I need some soldiers to come to my aid. I'm trying to figure out, you know what I'm saying? Like strategically, people that are in alignment with me, that are on the same page as me, so that we can start to, in my mind, I'm like Lara Croft Tomb Raider. Like, I don't ever see myself just being in the house on lockdown or not being able. No, give me a backpack, a bow and arrow, and a sword, and I'll figure out the rest. And I'll hop state to state and city to city, you know what I'm saying? And meet with the local shamans and medicine men and the power players, and we gonna figure it out. But we team God all the way, all day. No ifs, ands, or buts. Team God, team Allah, team Neteru, team Orishas, team universe, team source energy, team righteousness, team abundance. God does not have to trick you into being healthy. The devil tricks you into taking bullshit by giving you donuts and popcorn and tickets and, you know what I'm saying, and trinkets. That's not how God operates. That's one of the clearest indications of what's happening here. Wait a minute, you're gonna do what? I can get a free lap dance if I get a shot, or a free blunt if I get a vaccine? Oh. BXX. I've been talking too long. That's not how God operates. God said, here, be fruitful and be merry. Go forth, expand, live, thrive, have it all. You can have it all. You can have a little or you can have it all. You choose. You know what I'm saying? So fear is anti-God. So when you feel that fear creeping up, stop, come back to the number one job, the number one priority, my frequency. If it's getting to be too much, you know what I'm saying? Turn on some frequency, some meditation music, some Tibetan bowls, sit in the dark, you know what I'm saying? And let God reassure you, let God nurture and hold you. You know what I mean? And start to visualize what you want to see beyond this. But we don't consent. We don't make deals with the devil. We don't lay with Satan. We don't, you know what I'm saying? Lil Nas X, this nigga's doing a striptease on Satan. And nobody in the music industry said nothing. None of the men. Jay, what you think about this? Nas, what you think about this? Kanye, what you think about this? Y'all all gung-ho for the new albums. I want to hear somebody say some real shit. I'm tired of this. All this footsie. Where's the real men at? I need to see something. I need to hear something. I need to feel something because I'm not impressed right now. This nigga slid down a stripper pole and had a lap dance on Satan. And people are actually listening to this music and campaigning for this clown. It's too much fuckery going on, man. I just can't deal with it. Frequency is the game, man. We got to go quantum. I love you guys. And I want to reiterate, you know what I mean? Like those of you guys that are with me that know what you know, what you know, what you know, and we know what we know. I don't have all the answers. I don't know everything that's going to go down, but I know what I'm not going to do. I can tell you 100% what team I'm on. So if you on that same team and we on the same frequency, then let's start to think about creating a world and stop like reacting to, you know what I'm saying, what's happening. Like study, be mindful, be aware, but at the same time, we can still thrive. You know what I mean? I'm not worried about nobody telling me where I can. I don't want to travel nowhere where it's only going to be people who have taken the shots. I don't want to be nowhere where it's only those type of people. Any business telling me I can't come in because I haven't taken the shot, fuck you. I cook great at home. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's not a big deal to me. Can't go in a grocery store. Okay, Instacart. You know what I'm saying? And let me find the local, the places locally, like just navigating ease. You know what I'm saying? Like ease. This is our birthright. And especially now, understand those of us that are going to be persecuted, the righteous ones, the anointed ones, trust and believe we're going to have an extra layer and an extra level of protection. We just got to get in alignment with it. Okay? I have talked for 3 hours. Wow, that's amazing. Nobody even told me. I've talked for 3 hours. Okay. I hope you guys have a great evening. I hope I had a great fast. And we'll be doing the 3-day fast every month. The first weekend of every month. So join us. You know what I'm saying? Let's go about this. We got to be spiritual warriors. So we got to sharpen our spiritual armor. You know what I'm saying? So every month fasting, and let's go quantum. And I'll be doing more content. I'm not going to fade to black yet. I am going to fade to black eventually. So if you ever wanted to work with me or anything, now would be the time to reach out because, this social media thing is hit or miss at this point. And the censorship is insane. So be prepared for social media, all the internet to go down, be prepared for electric blackouts, all the stuff that everybody else normally tells you, all of that stuff is relative right now. I just want you to be spiritually prepared. You know what I'm saying? Because at that point we have access to, the energy that creates worlds. All right. Thank you guys so much for your time and attention. Thank you for listening to me go off for 3 hours. I had moments where I kind of got real rowdy and yelled, and I felt myself like yelling too much, and I, had to pull it back. So please charge my mind and not my heart. Thank you for everybody in the super chats. For the super chats on YouTube, much love. The Cash Apps, thank you guys so much. I saw them coming across on my text message. And Keys to Womanhood workbook is out right now. The ebook version is available, so you can go and get it and have it downloaded and sent to you. I sent out an email that I messed up the code, so let me fix that, and I'll send you guys another email for those of you guys who already purchased it. I'll get all that stuff squared away in the morning, okay? Thank you, T Brown. Thank you, everybody. I appreciate you guys. And listen, y'all my people, man. We gonna get through this. You know what I mean? But like, we came, it's a real war going on. Like, do y'all ever stop and just be like, man, this shit is really happening? Like, these people are really, they really on some real satanic, demonic shit right now. Like, yeah, but the gods are on the scene. We with the shit. You know what I'm saying? So we're going to be all right. I love y'all. Y'all be good. And I'll see you real soon. And let me know, come to my social media pages and let me know what you guys thought about the, the live, if you had any feedback. All right. Peace and love.